Welcome back to my channel, Think CSEC. Today we'll be doing the CSEC Social Studies January 2020 past paper 2. But we'll be looking at question 1 on the question about the family. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. So go right ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so that you are alerted when new videos are posted. So let us get right into this question. Question 1. It's on the family. Here it says, there's a two-part to this question, so we're going to look at A and the first part of A. For question 1 says, define the term marriage. What is marriage? Well, marriage is a legally recognized union between a couple. That is what marriage is. Some persons may say marriage is a legally recognized union between two persons or two adults. But the key word is to ensure that you have the word legally recognized in your answer. Those are some key terms that CSEC is looking for. Let's move on to our next question 2I to question 1, and you'll get 2 marks for that explanation of a marriage. The second part says, outline one reason why a married couple would choose legal separation rather than divorce. So what's one reason? Well, as we know that a legal separation occurs when a husband and a wife, when they live apart, or they separated for a specific time period by order of the court. Now, this time that this couple is away from each other, then it can help them to resolve their problems, and they can get counseling which can help to save their marriage. Whereas divorce is a legal ending of a marriage, and therefore the effects of divorce are more damaging and costly. So that is one reason why a married couple would choose legal separation rather than divorce. So there are some key terms that you must include in your explanation, and you will get 2 marks for that. Let's go on to question B now of question 1. It says, outline 2 factors that contribute to the change in roles and responsibilities of family members in Caribbean families. So what are some factors of the change in roles and responsibilities of families? Well, 1, the status of women in society. Well, we know that in the past, traditionally, women were expected to have a particular status or certain position within the family, such as they were to be caregivers, homemakers, and they were not expected to pursue certain type of employment. But it is now accepted for women to work and receive equal pay and employment rights, just like men. So really things and times have changed. So 1, the status of women in the society have changed. 2, choices of employment. Many traditionally male and female roles are now open to both genders. So jobs that were once dominated or considered to be male or female jobs have changed. Many women now are working in areas of construction, computer engineering, and they are truck drivers and many other um, areas that both men and women now are being working in. Another factor, we have available technology. Now technology have now make it easier for women and men to balance work and family life. People can now work from home with just a computer and the internet. Available technology in the workplace have assisted factories that were once workplace for many people are now being controlled by computers and managed and operated by just a few workers. Labor saving devices such as appliances in the home have reduced the time taken for some household chores, and it has make it easier for women and men to do their duties. So that's another factor. So we have looked at three factors so far. What's another factor? Four, leisure activities. Now, since more females are working their own money as individuals, as well as both men and women together, with more time and money to spend, women and men have more opportunities for leisure activities. So they can go on a vacation and so on because of the joint income that is happening. They can take more leisure activities. What's another factor that have contributed to the change in roles and responsibilities of family members in Caribbean families? Here is another factor: educational opportunities. Both females and males have access to the same educational opportunities, training, knowledge, and skills needed for any job. With the aid of technology, it is easier to access education and develop careers. So women are now better equipped to have high status jobs and are as marketable as the men are. So that's another factor. So we have discussed five factors. So you could select any two from the five for your answers and you would be awarded your marks. So you have to explain in details each of those factors that you mentioned to get your full marks from CXC. So we have discussed five factors, so you can select any two. Here is the next part, final part of the question one on the family. The C part says there are two sections to C. First, it says suggest three actions that parents may take to prepare children to become responsible adults. And this is worth 6 marks. So very, very important. And then part two says you're going to explain why each action you suggested in C, the first part, may be effective in helping parents to prepare their children to become responsible adults. And that is worth 6 marks. So this is where your explanation comes in. So first, let us suggest three actions. Let's look at action one. Action one, what are three actions that action one that parents can do to prepare their children to become responsible adults? One, they can teach them money management skills. All right. So that's action one. Here is the explanation now of that. It says, providing children, parents can provide children with weekly or daily allowances, and this will encourage them to budget and to save regularly from their allowances at an early age, Parents, they can open up a bank account for them, and that would help to train them to save their money. Parents too can teach them how to spend money and explain to them like what change they should get and so on. And in doing this, then they're actually preparing them, training them to be responsible when it comes on to handling their finances properly as an adult. Let's go on to action number 2. So we're just doing both 1 and 2 together at the same time. So action 2, what's the next thing that parents can do to prepare their children to become responsible adults? Well, parents can teach their children practical skills at home and assign them different roles and responsibilities in the home. So that's the second action. Parents can teach their children practical skills at home and assign them different roles and responsibilities in the home. What is the explanation for that now? So we're doing both 1 and 2 together. It says this involves doing different household chores. So parents are going to give their children different household chores such as washing, cooking, baking, cleaning, running errands, or even going to the grocery shop to get supplies. They can also give the older sibling additional responsibilities, such as caring for their younger siblings. Now, these tasks will help the children to become responsible adults, and so they would better fit in this. They would be able to better fit in the society because they have been trained to effectively carry out these household chores. So when they become an adult, then they would be able to do those things for themselves because of the training they received. Let's look at our final action. Action 3. What action parents can take to prepare their children to be responsible adults, They can set a good example by being hardworking and industrious. What do we mean by this? Let us explain this now. Let's explain what this is meant. Well, when parents set a good example and they work hard to earn an income so that they can provide for the family needs, the children would more or likely imitate their example and become industrious themselves. And then they would in turn make a contribution to the development of the society. So parents can do that. What's another action that they could do to train them to become responsible adults? Well, parents can involve them in decision making. And what do we mean? What's the explanation for that? Well, parents, they can allow their children to express their thoughts, their feelings, and their concerns, or to give their honest opinions on matters relating to them or the family without interrupting them. These open and candid conversations will train their children to develop effective communication skills, and so they will be able to act responsible and make decisions on their own that would result to the benefit of them, their family, and in turn can make good decisions that can be even beneficial even to the society. So that is it. So we have discussed question 1 on about this topic about the family on the CSEC Social Studies January 2020. We are just look at question 1 only. So stay tuned. We'll be looking at the other questions and we'll be working on more past papers. But don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe, and to leave a comment below if you'd like to see other questions being answered. Until then, stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much for watching.